Hello, this is Kev.
And Lil. We're discussing relationships in all of its forms and everything in between.
We've been together over 30 years. We've seen some things together and apart.
So if you want to laugh or need advice, come spend some time with Kev and Lil.
Have we met? We are going to discuss weight loss. Weight loss as a personal journey, weight loss in relationships, sometimes even weight loss when you get rid of the other person.
I was about to say that. Weight loss in relationships, all I have to do is get rid of how many pounds?
Really?
Don't go there, because when I told you I got rid of 180, you was like, oh my God, Terry, that was so cool. How much you weigh? I was like, really, Lily?
I didn't get it. It's just like, meow. It went right over my head. I was like, damn, girl, how big were you? Sorry.
So this is the fun I'm having today, recording this episode, as you can see. But no, seriously, the weight loss journey is it could be intense. It could be pretty hard.
Yes.
Just for so many reasons.
Physically, emotionally, mentally, the whole.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can start whatever you want.
Well, for me, the word diet, it's obviously a 4-letter word, but for me, it signifies the other 4-letter word. I've done all the diets, up, down, well, keto's the only one I haven't tried because I'm like, that's bullshit. I'm trying that. But no offense to the people that works for, but I know I can't do that for health reasons and whatnot. But I've tried all the diets. We've signed up for gyms to, be each other's buddies and gym buddies and whatnot. We've tried a lot of things, and it's a battle, and I'm still obviously still battling it. I have been losing. I have not been gaining. That's the good thing, but I'm losing way too slowly. So I have to change my lifestyle, basically. Not only the way I eat, but the way I move, the way I see things. That's what diet brings to my mind. That's why I'm like, fuck.
And you're going to have to change that.
Yes.
Yeah. Last year, I lost a lot of weight, somewhat quickly. I think that's one of the reasons why you probably feel like you need to lose yours faster. But everybody goes at their own pace.
Yeah.
And guys usually go faster than girls.
Yeah, they do.
At times. Because if you couldn't tell, there's going to be some innuendos going through this as well, because they love to giggle and laugh at silly things when they're together.
We went to brunch today. We had a couple of drinks, that's all.
Yeah.
Just 2.
Yeah. But it's so last year when I did it, my story, of course, I was quite heavy for a long time. I pushed maybe 316, probably at my most. I was really trying to hurt myself. I can say that. I don't know if you remember me telling you that I think at one point I was trying to gain weight. So yeah, I was slowly killing myself on purpose. And then I realized, I was like, what the hell am I doing? This isn't the way to go. One way or the other, it's not the way to go. I'm feeling much better now. But yeah, and that's part of my story. But I was always a heavy kid. I mean, I can remember as far back as 8 years old, I was very heavy, and I was made fun of by my brothers, by my mother, my father, you name it. Everybody made fun of me. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm in a better place as far as just mentally, and I think that's one of the things that people don't understand. You have to get right in your mind before you can start to lose weight. I started listening to another podcast, actually, this guy named Corey Little, and his podcast is called Real Life Weight Loss, and
Pretty
one of
good.
his, it's really interesting. He was a former bodybuilder. Now he's a weight a coach for weight loss, and I mean, I would love to join his group, but I haven't yet. And he says he has one of these sayings where he calls the NWI, which is, if you're about to eat something, do I really need to eat it? Not worth it. And I've been applying that at least more now than ever. Like, you know what? Yeah, I might be hungry, but I don't need to eat all of that. That cake is there, but you know what? Is it the best cake in the world? Do I need to eat that cake right now? No, I don't. Certainly don't need to eat it 3 or 4 times a week. So the not worth it thing really does apply to me. Hunt, you want to tell some of your stuff?
I started listening to the podcast as well. He told me, and I remind myself all the time. NWI, like, for instance, I went to the doctor. He says my numbers are looking much better. Like, they're really great. I only have one thing, and that's my good cholesterol is low, but not to the point that I have to change my diet or whatever. It's just exercise. He goes, you can fix this easily with exercise. And I'm like, oh, great. The weather is improving. I like to walk when the weather is nice. And I said, you know what? I'm going to walk home several blocks. I think my doctor's on 78th. I live on 48th. So it's like, thank you. 30. And I said, I could do this. And I'm walking, and then I'm like halfway, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, that bus is coming. I could hop on the bus, and then I'm like, wait, not worth it. Because I figure the healthier I get, the longer I'll live, and the longer I get to spend with my children and my grandchildren. I'll get to travel longer. Well, I'm not going to do it by myself. Obviously, you're going to be next to me.
Great.
It's always about him.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not worth it. So I just kept on walking. I walked the whole way. So I try and remember myself. If I do this, is it going to prolong my life? It's going to make me healthier. Nope, it's not worth it because it's not going to do that.
What about you, Teddy?
My struggle is I'm a emotional eater. Ugh. So if I'm happy, if I'm angry, if bored, I'm hungry. And I do try. I had 3 years ago, they took my uterus for cancer, so I lost a lot of weight. And I was like, yeah, I lost the weight. I went to the gym every day for a year. I tried eating better, and then here comes problems, or here comes I'm bored, I can't find a job, or I'm looking for something else, and then
start eating.
I need this piece, like, not worth it. But at that moment,
It's so delicious.
it is so worth it.
They call it comfort food for a reason.
Yes. And why does it have to taste so good?
And
Why
then
can't broccoli be comfort food?
Exactly. And another thing that I have an issue with, if it's bad for you, why is it so cheap versus what's good for you?
Yes.
Why is it so high?
Ding, ding. Yes.
It's funny you say that. I was just in the supermarket today when I was waiting for you guys, and I went right for the cookies. I grabbed the cookies and I said, you know what? And I saw the fruit. I was like, oh, let me go get fruit. Man, the fruit was twice as much as the cookies. I say, well, it's cookies. It is, crap. But it's funny too how sometimes you do these things where you're all gung ho for it, right? You're all good. That's it. Monday, I'm gonna start fresh. I got that clean slate. That's it.
And why is it Monday? Could be a Tuesday.
It could be today. Why does it have to be that day? Or those days of, oh, you know what? I don't have all the right workout gear yet. Or you know what? I'm gonna
go buy an outfit to go work out.
or
my salad, because if I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna have to eat healthier. So I need to have.
I have to have all the food right, first, and I'm not gonna do it unless. No, that's crap.
Yeah,
Let's just be honest. That's crap. That's just you trying to psych yourself up to it, because what's gonna happen is, okay, let's say you get that day and you go, okay, everything's right, And then there's the next day when things aren't all right.
Yeah.
And you're standing there going, oh, fuck. I gotta, oh man, you know what? No, I'll restart. I'll restart next week or whatever. And sometimes those days never come. Or they keep getting pushed back. Or and you know, I hate to say it, not getting younger.
Yeah.
Well, talk about yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm not admitting that.
Okay, well, I guess some people are getting younger. I'm the only one that's
Thank
showing
Got
you.
the Benjamin Button
Thank
disease.
you.
She's getting younger.
Yeah.
I agree. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny how you set yourself up for these, almost set yourself up to
For
fail.
failure, yes.
You know.
And don't go shopping hungry.
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm like, when the hell did I buy this? I don't even remember I buy it because I'm like in a hunger, I don't know, trance. I'm like, oh, this looks like. Then when I'm unpacking stuff, I'm like,
Why did I buy this?
what the? I was like, oh my god! And like you said,
Oh,
it
when
is
they're
more
special.
expensive.
And then when the
Oh, it was on sale. I gotta buy two.
exactly. Like one time,
Obviously.
ringing things. I went to buy the healthy food, and then I saw boxes of ringing thing on special, 2 for $6. I'm like, that's a deal, cause I'm hungry. I'm not really looking. I grabbed them. Ooh, the chips,
They're
2 for
on sale.
$5.
There you go.
I had fruit salad, the meat, and then you see another half cookies, ice cream, and chips. I looked at the car. I said, "Man, anybody see this girl?" Say she's confused.
But
But I
it's
go,
true.
it's on sale.
Yeah.
Or they're saying, that's a sad party.
Party for one.
She's covering all the bases, the healthy and the not healthy.
But so you know, the same thing when it comes to, it's like, you know, you were saying that you're not losing the weight fast enough, but you know, it's not a
It's not a
magical
competition,
thing.
I
It's not
know.
a magical thing either. You gotta pace it.
My therapist tells me, she goes, look at it this way. You're not gaining. So that's a good thing.
Yes.
So I'm like, yeah, but I want to be under this number. And she goes, it's a number. Don't think about it as a number. Think about it as healthy, about staying alive. Because I tell her my thing is to see my children grow up and have their own children and their children grow up. That's my dream. I'm assuming it's everybody else's dream to have children, grandchildren. But I just want to be healthy enough to go hiking with my grandkids. You know, go take them to, I don't know, something that I need to be healthy for. I don't want to be one of those grandmas that they got to get a walker or one of those electric scooters.
Hey, don't knock them off. I saw one that was really cool.
But I don't want to impede them. I don't want to, we got to wait for grandma. She's so slow. No, I want to be healthy enough to enjoy it with my grandkids. And I want them to be like, wow, look at my grandma. She was able to hike with us and she does all these cool things with us. I want to be able to enjoy life. So I think about it that way. I don't think about numbers anymore. I used to. I'm like, oh, this sucks. And I did the on and off thing because it wasn't perfect. Now I just think about it. Is it worth it? Fine, I screwed up today, but I'll go on tomorrow and fix it and make it better. And that's how I do it. And yes, sometimes when you go to Wendy's or one of these other fast food restaurants and you're on a budget, the $5 biggie bag gives you more food. It's not the healthiest food, but it's only $5. I look at my wallet says, take the biggie bag. Because I can't spend $14 on a salad that I'll be hungry in 20 minutes. So it is hard.
Yes, but that also I was gonna say losing weight too fast is also bad.
Yes.
Because when
then
I
you
got
get
the surgery, it was thought all skin, and then you gain it faster.
Quickly back, yeah.
So
I've heard
if you
of that.
lose, yeah,
Yeah.
and then if you do it slowly, those are weight that you won't see. They're gone.
Yeah.
Goodbye. You don't get them back.
You know, and you guys got to remember, when you were saying that, being an emotional eater.
Yeah.
You know, this is why you have to get your head straight before you start. because in reality, people forget life is messy. I mean, you're gonna get those stresses. You're gonna get those things that throw you off. Every day at this stage of your life, every day is not gonna be perfect, and so you have to remind yourself that okay, this is just another hurdle I have to get past, and although it may hinder you or slow you down from your goal, which again, you shouldn't have a weight loss goal. That's another thing that one of the that was another thing that during the podcast of Corey Little, when I listened to him, he goes, yeah, what is up with people with numbers? He goes, don't get me wrong, I'm not a doctor, neither am I. He would say, but he goes, oh, I want to be 160 pounds. And he would ask them, go, why do you want to be 160 pounds? Oh, well, that's what I weighed when I was in high school. Well, high school was 25, 30 years ago.
Imagine us in our high school weight.
I didn't even went to high school. I said, before I had my first kid, and my doctor's like, that's impossible. You'll never be able to lose that weight. And I was like, that's hurtful. She goes, no, your body has changed and you're going to look emaciated. You're going to look sick. And I was like, fine. What number do you think? And then she goes, and then that's when she told me, you don't need numbers. You just want to focus on health. Okay? Don't focus on losing weight. Focus on...
Good luck to you.
Well, if you want to stick to a diet, sometimes you have to lose wealth. But no, she goes, don't focus on losing weight. Focus on getting health, like getting healthier. And I mean, it made sense. It started clicking. And then I'm like, she's right. It's like I shouldn't rush. I wanted to lose weight for this wedding we went to last year. And I didn't get to whatever I wanted to. But I looked at myself in the mirror. My husband picked out a beautiful dress. Thank you, honey.
She looked good.
And that's the dress you guys see on our pod.
I'm drooling a little bit just thinking about it right now.
That's the dress that's on the picture of our
logo.
Our logo. So, yeah, I felt pretty.
And you did. I mean, and you should. And it's a self-esteem thing.
Mm-hmm. It's all up here, like you said. It's all
a
mental.
Self-esteem thing where you got to remind yourself, hey, you know what? It's as much as I want to be healthy, again, it's like you said, it's up there. It's it's in your head. You want to remind yourself, hey, you know what? I want to put on that dress because I want to look good in it. And hey, you know what? Maybe you didn't hit that goal, so to speak, but shit, you came close, and take the win when you get it.
And also give yourself a break. Like, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to bring up, she had a relationship with a young man, a guy. And unfortunately he passed away. And that's a big one. Yeah. That's your companion. That's your partner. I mean, you guys weren't together, but that's still someone you loved. Yes. And you still were part of your life, and he was a part of yours. Yeah. And I know he was a gym rat. He was always working out, riding the bike. And I was like, man, that's awesome, Terry. And she was losing weight fast. She was looking good. And you still do, by the way. But, yeah, she was riding bikes. She was doing all of this. And then I just, my heart broke. And I know hers broke into a million pieces. And you got to give yourself a break. If you're not ready and you want emotionally eat, do what you got to do to get over to the next level, the next step, I guess. That happens to a lot of us. I remember when my mom got sick, I gained a lot of weight.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's true. But he was younger than me. He was older.
No, but I'm saying, like...
Did you say young man? I was like, what young man?
Well, in my mind, he was young because he was so strong,
energetic. Yes, he was. And yeah, we did break up before he passed, but it's still kind of like affected. Yeah. To the point that it's like, I haven't ridden a bike since.
I was just about to say that. Have you ridden a bike after?
Nope, I haven't. And I have my bike at home. In Queens, my parents' house, and I would love to do it, but every time I. But I did join the gym. So I am going back to the gym. It started in March 3rd. So it's going to be what? 2 months in March.
Yeah.
In May 3rd will be
May
2
3rd,
months.
2 months, yeah.
So yeah. So I am trying again to get in there and move on.
Well, yeah, you gotta remind again. It's a process.
Yes,
It's
it
not
is.
overnight.
It
It's-
is.
I haven't worked out since we're in April now. I haven't worked out since October
Wow.
personally.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
but
need
we-
to get off my ass. That's
But
for sure.
you did sign us up for salsa classes.
So
We
you're
go to
doing
salsa
that.
classes every Saturday morning, and
That's once a week. It's still not.
and you walk. You try and walk
Yes, that I do.
from work. Like take the longest routes. I try to park the furthest and try and walk back to the car. And like I said, when I walked to the doctors, I kept on saying that bus looks so nice. The AC, nope, not worth it. So we just have to count from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take the next step and just keep on doing that one step at a time.
Yeah.
And
So-
hopefully by next year, we're lost the way.
But it's, and like I said earlier, I've been heavy since I was a kid. So you had those times where you had those people where they were weight shaming you. Oh my God, the weight shaming, especially being Puerto Rican. Holy crap!
My family was the worst shamers.
I'm not gonna say anything, but I would think I would look good in my outfit, and I would pass by somebody, and she would look at me up and down.
You leaving the house with that?
You going to work like that? Yeah, because unfortunately, I'm late, so I gotta go. But by the time I walked out the door, I'm like,
Like, what the
damn,
hell is wrong
did
with
I
my
do
outfit?"
something wrong?
Yeah, you gotta love them.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's. But yeah, that shaming is real. Let me tell you, it is real.
Yes.
Holy cow! And for that, it's difficult not to do it to your own kids, because like both of our boys are not thin boys, and so it's hard not to repeat that, but you also are looking at them like you're not looking very healthy.
Yeah, but then they look at us and we're being hypocritical because then we're overweight. So we gotta live by example, or at least try.
Yeah, definitely gotta try. But yeah, and so it could be also a thing of let's say if somebody is losing, and the other one isn't. If you're in a relationship at times, that partner who is, it could just be it's a low sugar day. Who knows? But they can be critical of your eating habits, the one that's not on the same wavelength. I know I've done it in the past, and I look and I'm going, "You sure you should be eating that? Because you just told me, about this and that. What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say I'm fat? Are you trying to say?" I'm like, "Whoa! I didn't say those words. Never come out of my mouth."
You didn't
Okay.
have to.
Yeah, I didn't have to. But yeah, it's that. That could be an issue too in a relationship with someone if they're on a journey, so to speak, and you're not on that same journey. It also could be wait a second. You're losing. What are you losing weight for?
That's true.
Ooh, that hasn't happened with us.
I was about to say who the
That hasn't
hell.
happened with us. I gotta tell you though, you want to know? I was at work, and one of the guys at work, he's a jerk. There's no other way to put it. I want to call him an asshole, but he's on the border of a jerk and an asshole. And he'll say stuff. He says he would go, "So you plan on leaving the wife now?" Oh yeah.
Oh, you have to introduce me to this person.
Oh yeah, he said that. Actually, he said that to me last week, and I just was like, "You need to stop." I said, "You need to stop. This is why you're alone," and that's what I said to him.
That's good.
Because he's a whatchamacallit. he's a wannabe bully, but until you know how I always tell you, bully, all you have to do is smack him in the mouth and they stop the shit. So that's what I do every single chance I get. I go, so how's that right hand doing for you, bud? Because I think that's the only girlfriend you got right now, huh?
Okay.
So I tell him flat out, and he's like, and then he walks away. I go, that's what I thought.
Don't start. You're not gonna finish.
But again, you don't wanna suggest to your partner they need to lose weight, exercise or change their bodies. That's not
right. Do not buy your wives an exercise bike for Christmas. Mothers, don't do that unless she asks you for it.
That's my bike. That's my bike.
He bought that for himself. That hurts my no places. I can't. But anyway. What was I going to say? Damn it.
Don't buy exercise.
Yeah, don't buy stuff like that for your wives.
Unless she asks for it.
Sorry, I keep on forgetting the mic is over here. Unless she asks for it. I remember one time I asked him to buy me a microwave for Christmas or Valentine's Day. And a friend of ours was like, that's not romantic. Don't get her. So he got me something beautiful, something romantic. And I looked at him and I'm like, where's my microwave? I wanted a microwave. And he looked at her like, you see, I told you she wanted a microwave.
That's why she's no longer a friend. But
shut up. Yes, she is.
Really? When was the last time you saw her?
Today.
No, that wasn't the one that said it.
Yeah.
No, it was the other one. It was. She's the one that said it.
Oh,
yes.
Never mind. So yeah, she's no longer with us. I thought it was my other friend. But anyway, yeah, don't do that. And it's funny because everybody kept on asking me, how is he losing all the weight? And I'm like, he's focused. At one point, he was doing a competition at work, scared the poop out of me because he was just drinking broth. He was just drinking broth, and I was scared because he was getting hangry, and I was like, baby, you got to eat something. I mean, he only did it for a couple of days just to get to that weight so he could lose the competition.
Go win the competition.
I mean, win. So you won't lose, to win, yes. But he did lose the weight. He kept on exercising. It was wonderful. And there was one thing I was...
My pee-pee got bigger.
No, it's that your belly got smaller and you could look at it.
This is why she's my best friend.
That's messed up. Damn it.
You asked for it, buddy.
That's
Anyway, fuck, I keep on forgetting what I was going to say. Oh, so I kept on telling people, I was like, yeah, it's great. I feel like I'm cheating on my husband with my husband. He didn't think it was funny.
No, I didn't care. That didn't bother me. Now, of course, there's the exception to the rule about helping, or saying something. If there's evidence of a health issue, then you want to share the encouragement for their health journey. Mm-hmm. You're not your partner's personal trainer or doctor, of course.
Right.
But it's a delicate
Very
balance.
line. Yep, very thin line.
Very thin line.
But don't sit in front of your partner that's trying to lose weight, that cannot be eating sugar, and sitting in front of your partner eating a cake.
Which is what you were doing to me.
When?
When I was trying to freaking win this competition.
I did not eat cake.
Okay, here we go. Selective memory again.
I might have been eating pizza because he doesn't like pizza, so I figured, okay.
It's not that I don't like pizza. I can't eat pizza.
Cheese, right?
Now I don't like pizza, but it was more that I can't eat it.
Because of the cheese is lactose intolerant.
The lactose really gets to me. Then we have another problem. Low flying ducks. That one's for you, Cholo. But yeah, so it's there's stuff like that. I mean, there's good relationship strategies for anyone in a relationship, and a startup point is your need for help if you're consistently felt that bad about your body.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
body dysmorphia. What's the other one? Oh my God.
What, bulimia?
Bulimia, yes.
I mean, there's different.
There's all these different.
Loss, but there's also, there's.
Then you could go the other route, because I always tell my husband, I wish I could see myself through your eyes, so I wouldn't be so critical about the way I look and things, or critical about the way I feel. I'm giving you a compliment. Take it.
I was just about to say. And that's when you highlight the sexiness, regardless.
I wish I could see myself through his eyes. That's all I say.
Yeah. Well, usually when you're horny, you don't care. But
Okay, so this is the end of the... But no, seriously, guys, if you do need help, please reach out to someone. Your healthcare plans, most healthcare plans cover dietitians. Therapy is a really big help. Dietitian, therapy, what's the other one? Food journal. Sometimes that helps because you're like, oh, I don't want to write it down. My thing was because I was being lazy. I didn't want to get up and write it down. So I'm like, forget it. I'm not going to eat that bag of chips or whatever. And not only that, but if and when you do get up and write it down, you're like, damn, I ate that much today. Sometimes like we say we're emotional eaters and we'll eat without even knowing and thinking. So then when you see it written down, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have had that second helping, or I shouldn't have had that snack right after. So it helps, guys. There's a lot of things we could do.
And try to know your body and your stomach. Because sometimes you eat and it's so good you don't want to stop it. And us Spanish, no deje comida en ese plato. Because you had to eat all your
clean
food.
The plate.
And, hay gente pobre. There's poor people that will want that food. So you better eat all your food.
Yeah.
And you shoving your face.
Yeah.
No. If you eat and you're conscious of your fullness, you have to stop.
I've learned now that, there's people that are hungry. Oh, they should have been here to eat the rest of that then, because I'm not eating it.
You're going to go to hell.
Why would you say something like that? I'm going to go to hell?
Yes,
Really?
you don't say things like that. You don't say things like that. That's not nice.
Well, I mean, am I trying to be nice, or am I trying to just lose my weight, or am I trying to be healthy, or am I trying to take care of myself? Listen, I can't be everybody's savior. I'm not.
Shush.
Oh my goodness.
Boy.
Shush.
What? I'm not.
Shush.
Not everybody's savior. I gotta take care of mine and me, and that's first. And if anybody wants to come along for the ride, come along for the ride. But be prepared for certain things that might be said or done.
And another thing I remembered when he was, we need another mic. Another thing I remember that also kickstarted for us was the hiking. It was during COVID or right after COVID. Yeah. And I was working. Unfortunately, I had to go to work.
You were lucky. You went to work.
And he was home alone, and he was not doing good. So he was like, babe, on the weekends when your time's off, let's go hiking. I was like, man, I just want to relax. I've been working all week. But then I started noticing that he did need that out, that release. So we started hiking, and we started going to these beautiful places. We started recognizing where we live is so beautiful. Then we started going to other places. There's so many places to hike in New York, New Jersey, everywhere, the tri-state area. And everywhere you go, you find, even here in our neighborhood, you could go to a beautiful park and hike. And I realized that was a big help for me. And then I started walking again.
So like you were saying, there's a lot of outlets. There's a lot of different ways you could go about it. But don't wait till Monday. I mean, do it now.
Today is the day.
Do it now. Do it today. Do it, and you don't have to go full blown right away, because again, you might hit that peak and go, oh, I'm too tired. I can't do anything now, or I ate good yesterday. I'll eat something crappy today, or. No, it's all in moderation, and it's all, you got to pace yourself through everything. And if anybody's saying anything, fuck them.
Why don't Why don't we say it this way, like Mel Robbins says? Let them.
Okay, fine. You want to piggyback off of that? Go right ahead.
Don't be crass. Don't be.
All right,
don't
sorry.
curse. Don't cuss. I know.
Ignore them.
Once in a month.
Just be who you are. Just you'll pace yourself. Do it in your time, but do it. Like the old saying, just do it.
One step at a time.
But yeah, and you know, we're here again. If you want to comment, certainly comment. Terry's single, so you know, if you want to hit on her.
No pics, and you know what pics I'm talking about.
Yes, please. I
need
got
to see
enough.
that. I don't need to see
Enough of that.
I don't need to see that.
That's another episode.
But no, sincerely, you know, certainly comment, criticize,
Tell us
follow and share. We're on all the platforms.
all the platforms.
But yeah, and certainly visit our website, which I believe someone will be reconstructing it shortly. But it is up if you want to leave us a message or
Also, give us ideas for another episode you would like to listen.
yeah, that'd be great, especially if you can tell.
Put it on the mic, okay?
Speak into the mic. because-
Give us ideas of what you would like to listen to, any topic that you would like for us to speak on. And once again, we're not professionals. These are just personal experiences that we have gone through. And people that we know have gone through. So if you do need help, please seek professional help. We're not doctors. We're not professional therapists or anything. But let us know of any experience that you would like for us to share. We'd appreciate that too. Thank you. Bye.
So thank you for listening to Kev.
And Lil.
Have we met? And here's hoping you have better relationships in your life. Goodbye.
Goodbye.